All right. Hello, hello. Hopefully you guys are having a good day. Let me put that back on. Sorry about that. I think I got everything correct. Stream wise, yeah, I'm in just chatting. Okay. I was confused on that. Today I am just gonna be watching a couple random videos. I picked this one out, just random little riddle one. If you guys don't know or never heard of him, it's a big, you know, big channel nowadays. But yeah, sorry about not being able to stream last time. Let me try to get the music going real quick. I forgot about that as well. Jeez. My goodness, I have been away for a little while and now yeah. Now I forgot everything. I guess you could say. But where is it? There it is. These right here. No, it's this one, right? Yeah, is it this one? I believe it's this one. Either way, I can pick any of these songs and it'll be fine. Quick. Ah, see how I have everything in a weird. Ah, man, it's been too long. Too long, too long. But yeah, it's been a while now. Uh, it's still Kei Morimoto. You guys don't remember who that is? That's the individual. I've been using the music with. They're free to use. He's pretty good in my opinion, musician and everything in general and all that. But anyways, let's get back to the the topic at hand. Um, I believe this is my BRB screen actually, right? My BRB music actually. Huh? Did I not? Oh well. For now, we'll just listen to it. But yeah, it's been a while. I'm sorry I didn't stream. I believe it was Sunday. That's when I usually get on lately. I had a couple of things to do that day. In fact, I was busy pretty much the whole day. So, yeah, didn't expect that. It was kind of out of left field for me. I did want to stream that previous Friday, last Friday or Saturday. And I think I could have done it Friday. I just felt like I was just going to do it Sunday, like, oh, I have something to do, sure, but I should finish early. Or I should be done quicker than I thought. That was not the case. Not the case at all. Way more things to do than I expected. I was gone pretty much all day. And after that, I had some other stuff to do as well. But yeah, hopefully you guys are having a good time. Hopefully you guys aren't having too much of a hard time. I know a lot of crazy stuff has been going on in the world lately, especially that weird stuff that was supposedly what was it, some alert thing today. Yeah, because oh, well, technically now it's officially yesterday. And you probably won't get this VOD until the next day, so it'll be like 2 days after. Apparently there was something on the 4th or whatever, an emergency alert that went off. And then what was crazier is everybody was tweeting out it went off 2 minutes early. Well, so I was like, what the heck? Okay. So everybody was talking about, like, everybody's gonna turn into zombies from here and all this weird stuff, crazy stuff like that. It was kind of funny because, probably that's not exactly what's gonna happen, but it was a big thing mostly because it was such a weird thing to have happen. Like you couldn't turn it off or anything like that, so people were warning others about it and stuff, like especially those in particular situations where they have to hide their phones from some unsavory individuals, their partners or something, just certain situations where they would have to go turn off that particular phone, which is an emergency phone, and, keep it off for pretty much that whole entire duration, because if they didn't, it would go off. Whether you wanted it to go off or not, it would go off. And that was the biggest thing right there. It's like I said, it would go off. You had to physically turn it off or it would still keep going. I wonder if I does it. I've never done that before. But yeah, it was just a big thing, like even I didn't care about, like, oh, it's going off. but I turned my phone off because I didn't want to experience having to hear that sound, and you couldn't avoid it, you know. It was just like something I was like, I'd rather not hear that, especially if it's just a test, you know. So I turned it off just because one simple fact that it was gonna be annoying as fuck, pretty much. So yeah, there was that. I think there was also some weird stuff before then though, about New York flooding and stuff, which is kind of crazy. I was just like kind of surprised, honestly. Like, what? Didn't they mention this before? And before I found out about that, I had seen a video of somebody warning, pretty much from Florida up to the top of the U.S. up there, you know, on that whole section where New York and all that, and pretty much all of that over there on that section of the U.S. They were warning them of a huge storm that was coming over to pretty much hit the entire section. And it was kind of crazy because you could see one storm, another one, and I think it was like 3 different storms, and one of them combined, and then eventually it would combine again with a 3rd storm or something. And it was just like this huge storm, and he was pretty much warning people, and I don't think there was enough coverage of it. It was just him, which is kind of weird. Even he was saying this was weird that they weren't warning as heavily that this was going to be a huge storm. And so far, yeah, it seems like it's pretty damn, you know, crazy of the storm. I kind of just like, I was shocked to hear stuff like that, you know? Like, it was just unexpected stuff. So yeah. But anyways, beyond that, beyond that, I guess you could say, I'm wondering if there's anything else I'm forgetting, because I do happen to, I'm not really sure. I'm just kind of like stuck between deciding what videos I want to do after this one, and what else I might have to say, or like what else I might be forgetting to mention. The only other thing I can think of is I'll try to stream more consistently on Sunday or the weekends in particular. So if I happen to miss one day, at least I streamed on the weekend. Either that's going to be Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. The times will be hit or miss during the day or afternoon or night, depending, you know, especially depending where you're living at and where your time zones are. You know what I mean? So we'll be I guess I'll just go off of whatever happens, because even today it's in the middle of the night, you know. Usually I don't do that, and what I mean by that is I don't usually like stream more at the end of the day. I like to stream at the start of my day or in the middle of my day, and this is more near the end of my day. My sleep schedule just kind of wacky. I guess because I had a couple of appointments too that I couldn't avoid, like that were in the morning time frame, and I guess my sleep kind of unconsciously I try to reach that sleeping schedule that matches that time frame if I know about it in advance. So yeah, it's stuff like that happens. I guess you could say it's weird because I don't do it consciously. I do it unconsciously, which is very strange. Even more so because it messes up my sleep schedule in a weird way. You know what I mean? Because I already have an irregular schedule, and then top off that, where my body's trying to adjust to that for just because I know about it, you know? So I'm unconsciously thinking about it, and it's kind of doing that. I don't know. It's weird. It's very weird. I'll say that at least. But yeah. Hopefully I'll get a couple more streams. I'm not sure still on if I would do gaming streams on Twitch or YouTube. I did say YouTube. I still want to do them mostly on YouTube because I don't want to go back and forth, upload it, you know, after to the VOD channel, which isn't super hard, but it's just like an extra step that I have to do for this and that, you know. It would take like a couple minutes at most, I believe, but it's just easier just to end stream after, like on YouTube or something, if I was to do it, and then just, you know, go about my day after, you know, and it's just saved and you know where to go and stuff like that. I guess that's the easiest way. Plus, it gives another reason for people, in my opinion, to go over to YouTube to watch that particular video, I guess you could say, or like somebody to find me on YouTube and know that I do stream on Twitch. It's just another thing, I guess you could say, to do. I guess it could be the same said for the VOD channel. The only thing, maybe it's better. See, that's where I have conflicting opinions. The reason I want to do it on YouTube as well isn't only because of that. It's also because of the fact that I can dual stream. Like, I don't have to be restricted to just Twitch, you know? Because on Twitch, technically, I am officially an affiliate for like forever now. But and they have those rules, you know, about streaming and all that, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people say you don't have to worry about it. They're not going to go after you. It's just, you know, you do it anyways and you'll be fine, most likely, you know. But I don't want to chance it, even if that is the case. So with YouTube, doing it on YouTube instead, it just gives me the freedom to do, like, stream anywhere else, like YouTube, Facebook, even though it might be a small chance that somebody finds me on those things. I do notice that there are still individuals who find me on like something like Facebook, believe it or not, after all these years. And I haven't posted like a single thing on Facebook in over years now, but I've seen them like following that channel specifically over there, and it just gives me like, maybe I should, you know, maybe I should do like a dual stream on YouTube and Facebook and wherever else if I can, I find it, you know. Especially now that I got new internet. I don't know if I mentioned that yet. I switched my internet. I had an issue with my previous internet company. And, yeah. Yeah, believe it or not, I switched because of the way everything was happening, you know. So when I actually called them back, believe it or not, I had somebody completely different. They said they were off that day, but the way that person I was speaking with originally, they did a horrible job, apparently, of speaking with me. They should have transferred me, apparently. And they had the right, the person I was talking to, they told me their team had the right to give me better deals and stuff. Dude, whoever's listening, just know this. They offered, and they said they could have done it back then if they had transferred me. They offered to half the price of my internet and give me credit for what happened and everything. And I was just like, wow, that's a great offer. That really is. If only I spoke to you that same day, you know, if it was you, or if they even mentioned calling back. See, here's the thing. The guy said he was the only person who could help me. He couldn't transfer me. He couldn't give me any help at all other than, sorry, there's nothing I can do, pretty much, you know. And when I said, okay, I'll cancel, he was like, okay, sure. And I was like, okay, let's do it. And he was like, okay, let me get that started. I was like, hold on, because it hit me in a realization right there at that moment. When does it cancel? In like when I cancel, when does that activate? Apparently it was same day. That's why I called back, and when I had spoke with this different person, you know. And I couldn't have just same day, like immediate cancellation, because it would take a while, you know, for a transfer of internet, and I would be a couple days, maybe a couple weeks without internet, you know. So I called them, like the other company first, after, you know, after I just ended it, said I'll call back later, you know, and cancel, which I did, you know. But that's when I talked to the other company, had clear rules, you know, clear everything, in my opinion. And yeah, it was just, it felt better, in my opinion, to go with them after everything, all the bull crap I went through. But to hear that this person, when I called back, you know, because like I said, I had to cancel. When I called back and I had a different person, in fact, the person who was dealing and told me all this stuff, that this person did horrible, you know, it was a different, like vibe and everything, you know. And it was actually surprising to hear how much they could take off, and that they were willing to try to do this stuff and keep me. And they went even lower. I think they went even $10 after lower of going off half off. They were like, okay, let's cut it down even more with the credit, with this, and you know, all this stuff. And I was like, wow, okay, you know, like, that's an amazing price. Too bad this guy pissed me off to the point, like, of no return, you know, which is actually crazy because I'm a calm person, still, like, you know, when it comes to just doing all this. And even at the end, I was like, really now? Are you really saying this? You know, like, it was just one of those moments to where it was like, this guy is tempting me to cancel. Like, he just wants me to leave, pretty much. You know, he was like, it felt like he was like edging me on, like trying to get me to do it. He was trying to make me call his bluff, stuff like that. You know what I mean? And it was so weird because he was calm, I was calm-ish, you know, like I wasn't screaming or anything or nothing like that, you know. It was just like a casual little thing. And it was just one of those moments where it's like, really? Really? Like, it was, you could kind of like hear it in a way like, you're trying to make me call this? You're trying to make me do this? Really now, dude? Really? You know, like, I wasn't like angry or anything, but I was like, I can't believe this, you know? Like, it was that type of like moment. Like, I can't believe this at all. I can't believe what I'm hearing right now, you know? And yeah, when I talked this with this other person about canceling, I actually let them know about that, and they were honestly surprised too. They were like, wow, you know, like, they told me that their team was there that day, you know, that they could have transferred me over, all this stuff, you know. And the fact that they didn't, the fact that it was just like anything really, like, they were like, he shouldn't have been talking to you, he should have transferred you over, you know. And yeah, it was just like, wow, this guy fucked up. This guy really messed up that bad, you know, like, he screwed up. So yeah, I just thought that was kind of like an interesting thing, even though it was just like switching companies and stuff. But like, really, one person can mess it up that bad, apparently, you know. And he happened to do that. I have to say that was actually a huge mess up on his part, because they even said, I think it was like next month, if I maybe wanted to stay with them, because they were gonna just like, okay, you're gonna cancel, okay, we understand. And they were still offering, like, we know, like, you know, maybe it doesn't work out with the other company too, you know, we're gonna leave this offer on the table for you, and next month, if you're still, if for whatever reason you're not satisfied, you know, you can come back, call us, and we will actually still have this offer on the table for you. And I was like, what? Like, honestly, whoever I was speaking with at that moment did a great job. I'm not gonna lie. Their customer service, their handling of everything was fucking phenomenal. Like, that's the person you want working on your team. Like, and for her to be off on the day I actually called was crazy coincidence of all days, you know. Crazy coincidence. So that was actually like, wow, okay. You should have been here that day, and everything would have probably been completely different. But yeah, yeah, to leave that offer on the table, that's not really common from what I know, in my opinion. I've never had that actually been offered to me ever. So yeah, like, maybe it's common, maybe it's not, like, but they literally said, we'll leave this on the table next month if you have the consideration of just swapping back for whatever reason, you know, it's there. We'll give you that like 0.5% off and all that. We'll give you the credit as well. Like, I was like, what? That is crazy. Okay, I'll consider it, maybe. but I doubt I'm gonna go back. It's what I was pretty much saying, like thinking. Only due to the fact that even though it is cheaper, it's the same. The new provider is currently the same price for like that I was currently paying like on this bill and stuff. It's not half off. It's the same price, but here's the difference. It's a gig up and a gig down. So unlike the other one where it's like a gig down, like download, the upload is like 20, I think, on the old one that I was just with before it fully transferred. I believe like a couple days ago, or maybe it was yesterday or something, or the day before. I don't really remember. It wasn't that long ago. It was this week. I know that. Sometime this week or something. Yeah. And that's actually what I was so like kind of surprised about with this new company, this internet service, because it's not really common as well over here, at least, to have same upload and download. Like, I don't think I've heard of a company having near 1 gig of upload, or even 500 like megabytes of upload or whatever, you know. Like that's a lot. And this one had a gig upload that I could really use, you know. So I was like, what? That's actually exciting, especially for streaming purposes. I know that I won't have an issue streaming, you know. Bitrate, it's not gonna be a problem. No matter what happens, it shouldn't fluctuate to where it's ever gonna be a problem. So I literally have no worries on streaming, upload or download, like upload in general, you know, for streaming. It should be good. It should be solid. Like, if anything messes up on stream, it's not because of the upload. It's not because of my internet, in other words, you know. I know now it is 100% not my internet. Even if it fluctuates between 500 gigs, like 500 megabytes, like up and down, like, oh, it's 500 right now. Oh, now it's a gig again. Well, it shouldn't matter because I won't be using that much, you know. You know what I mean? With the 20, it can vary, especially if you're doing multiple streaming, you know. Even then, I think if I do multiple streaming, like multi-streaming and stuff like that, like on YouTube, Facebook, and even if I could do it on Twitch, I could do all 3 literally and still not have any issues, is what I'm saying. And that's actually like a plus in my opinion, you know. So that's why I think I'm gonna stick with them. I'm gonna keep trying them for sure, this new one. And I don't think I'm gonna have a problem, honestly. I think I'll stick with them from now on. And they're more of like a newer one in the area or something like that, I think. And from what I know and what I see, it's not the like the, you know, the turn cable aux or whatever. I forget what it is, fiber thing or whatever. It's literally like the fiber cable or whatever. They had to actually come in, install it, and do a wire like in the ground and stuff like that, you know, common stuff like that. But when I actually seen it, if you happen to know what I'm saying, because I don't think a lot of people ever see this. It's like a small thin wire that goes from the box to the cable, and that's actually what it is right here. It's like it's a small little wire that goes in, and it's pretty much the fiber optic internet or whatever, which is kind of like surprising because it's so small, you know. Anyway, yeah, I think I'm trailing off and going into topics. Let's actually get into the video. I just thought it was interesting, this video, because if you read it, it's about dragons. And before I go into that, we should probably kind of, yeah. Oh, you know what? Let me start the music back up. I just realized something. I forgot to mention that I had a dream before this. I've actually had several dreams, a couple days now. Also, they're streaming. I didn't know about that. But I had a couple dreams, and one of the dreams I actually had a long time ago, like not a super long time ago, but it was a while back, right? And I actually told my friend because he's been out of the loop. Some weird stuff happened when I was with my parents and stuff, like before I moved and everything. I think I mentioned that when I went on vacation for like 2 months or whatever, because they kept me there for like 2 months or whatever. But I had a dream before then, or maybe it was during that time, and it was mentioning dragons. And like, I've only had one dream about a dragon, and that was when I was like talking and speaking with this certain friend that I'm now really good friends with, and you know, they mentioned stuff about dragons or like being associated with it in a way. And I finally had a dream during that time when I was with my over there, staying over there, and had a lot of weird stuff, seeing weird things, believe it or not, and just kind of like some certain things that eventually others started seeing or like noticing like once or twice while I was there after I mentioned it. You know, like just certain things like that isn't normal, you know. But during that time, like I said, I think I had this dream particularly about the dragon, and it was like the world was kind of like, I don't even know how to describe it. It was just like, it was dark time or nighttime or whatever. It was cloudy in the sky, even though it was dark time. I think it was like a thunderstorm like environment, you know, like, you know, and every now and then you would see like purple lightning and like a shadow in the sky, and that was the shadow of like the dragon or whatever, you know what I mean? And it was huge. It was like the biggest thing you could ever see, like highlighted right there. It's like, if you know the dragon off of like Shinron off of Dragon Ball Z, like you know how that shape is, like serpent like dragon, and like especially like the dragons in Chinese mythology and all that, like that. It was like that, more snake like than like the dragons you would see with wings and like claws, and you know, like in fantasies and stuff like that. It was more Chinese mythology dragon style stuff like that, and like I said, like Shinron from Dragon Ball Z. But it was huge. It was so huge, and the only time I would see it is when the lightning went off, which was happened to be purple lightning. And I looked it up, and purple lightning's like the thunderstorms or something like that, and that's pretty much what was happening, you know, like rain clouds, thunderstorms. And it wasn't raining though, it was like storming. It was gonna come pretty much. But I seen that. It was honestly shocking. It was surprising, but I wasn't like scared or anything, I noticed. And there was a bunch of people on the ground as well also looking at it, you know, like, you know how like people would be or react to something that crazy, like, oh my gosh, you see that, look at that, what, you know, stuff like that. And this one person eventually started freaking out and like got scared and wanted to run away and say, we gotta run away, you know, stuff like that. And they ran to the left, and that's when everybody else who was gonna run with them, like, they all stopped in their tracks pretty much, because over there to the left side, in the distance you could see it, especially like when the thunder was going off, like, because when I'm telling you it was dark, and like just as dark as the screen. Like if I was to go in like this, it was dark, and then you would have the flash of light, you know, and then say like something was outlined right there, you know, and it would like probably be like this color, and then you'd see like whatever the object was, you know, kind of like that, you know, almost like that, like an outline of the dark shadow, you know. And what it was is they were these giant creatures in that direction. And how do I explain it? I want to say it was almost like some of them were like just normal giants, but like others were like what looked like, if I was to describe an ogre, you know, like from movies or games or anything like that. They were huge. They were huge. I'm telling you, they were so huge. It was insane. And there were some that were like the tallest one right there, and then there was a couple that were smaller than it, you know, maybe half the size, maybe a little more shoulder width to the hugest one, you know, stuff like that. And they were all walking like straight towards us. And that's whenever like those people that were trying to run away in that direction stopped, and when they noticed that immediately, and like screamed and like, you know, like they were terrified. And I was like, they were like, what do we do? What are we supposed to do now? Like, you know, because there was huge creatures over there, and there was a giant dragon in the sky over there in the other direction to the right, or pretty much kind of almost above us, and but more to the right. And they were freaking out, and I was like, we should run over here. And they were like, what do you mean? I was like, we should run over to where the dragons are, you know? And they're like, are you crazy? Are you insane? You know, stuff like that. And it was crazy because I was like, no, we'll be safe there, you know? I knew for some weird reason that we would be safe over there, in my opinion. And so eventually I kind of persuaded them that we needed to go in the direction of a dragon and go directly under it, pretty much. And I think either around that time or after it, that's when I noticed that there was another flash of light, you know, purple lightning, and it illuminated the dragon again. But this time there was also a smaller version right next to it. Like it was like swerving over. You know how like it's like moving and it's going towards like right there beside the dragon. Like let's say the dragon's right here. It was kind of like going like that, and it was going like on it or above it or like around like near it or something. And it was smaller, but it was another dragon pretty much. So you had this giant dragon that I don't even know how to describe, you know? It was just the hugest dragon you could ever imagine. Imagine something in the sky, right? And imagine like that whole thing is pretty much filled with the giant dragon that you're like, this thing is literally can go around the world pretty much. It's kind of like how huge it seemed like, you know, it was encompassing the world almost. And then you had this giant, like this smaller one that was just like right there, and it was small in comparison. But I'm sure if it came down, we would think it was huge too, you know? But like, it was smaller, and it was just like, it was surprising because there's two, you know? You know what I mean? Like, there's two. Why would there be two? Why is there two? Why is there a smaller one, you know? All these different questions, but it was like, honestly, like, it was cool to see, in my opinion. Especially because I was like, it's not gonna hurt us. We're gonna be fine. We'll be safer with or near the dragons, you know what I mean? And so, eventually, we're all going over there, you know, and I think it's around a certain time that we find these buildings. Like, I think it's a bunch of buildings and complex, like apartment complexes almost surrounding us. And we go down into an empty pool, and we're hiding all down there, like just you know, sitting down, like, you know, with our hands to our knees and stuff like that. Stuff like that. We're just sitting down in there. Directly above us is the dragon or dragons, you know. And it ended somewhere around there because we were just hiding from the creatures pretty much. And yeah, that was it. It was weird only because of the fact that it was around the same time all this weird stuff was happening. And it was just such a weird timing because I think there was a bunch of other stuff about dragons and stuff again being mentioned all of a sudden randomly. Like just recently. Like I think it was last month, right? Because this is October. Yeah, I think it was somewhere in November or like early of October where people were mentioning dragons again for some weird reason. That's why I found this one right here. Look, see, 4 weeks ago. So it might have been last month. Did I say year? Yeah, I think I did. It was like sometime last month or early this month, and they were mentioning dragons and stuff. And to have the dream about it kind of like around the same time frame was also interesting in my opinion. Kind of weird too. But yeah. There was a bunch of just weird stuff happening last month, is all I could say. And a couple weird things happening this month, but I think we should move on. Just because, I don't know. It was just like, it was an interesting thing to see, you know, and think about it, like dream about. All around some weird stuff time frame, you know. And, yeah, a bunch of weird stuff has been happening lately. I don't know. Very strange. But yeah, hopefully that was entertaining in some sense. I think my friend mentioned a couple things too before with that about weird stuff happening. He thinks maybe something's going on with me. Like, you know, spiritually wise and stuff, because you know, we all believe in weird stuff nowadays, especially nowadays. You can believe whatever you want, you know, ghosts and all that. Woo. But it's just cool to think about all kinds of weird stuff. What could be real, what cannot be real. And even if we say it's not, we have found we've literally scientists have found extinct ocean creatures. I don't know if you know about that. They're like that. What is that one fossil like prehistoric Pokemon? I forget what it is. That's real. The one that's in the shell, I forget what it is. Those are real. Um, there have been prehistoric ocean like deep sea creatures now. They've also discovered that those that were extinct are actually down deep in the ocean. They're real still. There's a bunch of stuff like that too, and I don't know if you've heard like the Congo Lake or river or whatever. I think it's a Congo Lake or something. I think it's in Congo, like this hugest freshwater lake over there. And it's in like I think it's Congo because it's in Africa and stuff. And it's like the entire state, like country pretty much of Congo or whatever. And they have like these huge alligators from right or was it crocodiles? I don't remember which one's which, but I know it's huge. It's like 20 feet or something, and they're like, haha, you should see the huge ones, and they've actually caught one, like the 20-foot one, I think they killed it and captured it and they showed it off. It's huge. It is huge. And for them to say that this was pretty much a baby compared to the huge ones was actually like, what? Because they say it's huge, like it's massive, and it sounds like, and from what the eyewitnesses have said, it sounds like the prehistoric, ancient, extinct crocodile versions back in the day, the giant crocodiles, you know, the stuff they said was living when dinosaurs and all this other stuff was happening, and then all of a sudden, oh, the crazy one too is the prehistoric Paleosaurus or whatever it is, the flying ones, with the wings and stuff and all this. And there's certain states and stuff in the U.S. where it has actually been cited a lot and more frequently. And there's actually cases of people describing exactly what the Pacific female versions of them are, or like it's either the female versions or adult. I think it's adult, where it's like this heart shaped tail, whatever it is. And that one was specifically cited. And, they mentioned, oh, this is. It's either that it was specifically an adult or specifically a juvenile. I don't remember which one it was. But they said that actually tipped them off, like scientists off, like, hey, how do they know this? When they're describing it like this, when they shouldn't know this because it only happens during a certain like age group of the dinosaur or the Paleosaurus or whatever it is. I don't remember what it's called. But there's only a certain group that knew, that its tail was shaped like that, and for multiple eyewitnesses in the same area and in different areas that all had similar environment conditions, you know what I mean? It was just like, what? People are seeing this, and it became more frequent in the recent time as well. I think it was like last couple months or something. They started seeing it more, and in the last couple of months, a lot more people have been seeing weird creatures and stuff that haven't been discovered, or were ancient or said to be extinct, or like some weird stuff and all this other things like that. It's just interesting. So that's why I want to watch this
In
real
2004, in South Dakota,
you know,
3 amateur paleontologists discovered an ancient skull. Nobody could immediately tell what animal it belonged to, so the finding was handed over to the Children's Museum of Indianapolis, where it collected dust for 2 years. Despite all attempts to determine its owner, experts couldn't confirm the skull's relation to any known
have you
animal
seen
species.
the apparent
Young
dragon?
Visitors of the museum named it
There was like this picture of somebody who was apparently a dragon rider,
to a magical Harry Potter
and they had
creature.
killed
Bizarre
a dragon.
On its skull fueled debates
It
between
was like,
scientists, make them wonder what kind of
how do
animal
I
it
explain it?
really is. But
If you've seen the video, you've seen it. Maybe I'll try to look for it.
At the same time, judging by the size of the skull, the creature had to
But,
be at least 3 meters.
See, like this. It was like, I would say almost about the same size or maybe smaller. But apparently the video showed like the dragon, like similar to this actually, but different color and everything, more of a dragon ancient type, small like this or a little smaller. And they were saying the person who there was actually a person writing it, and they couldn't find the person because apparently they somehow some people shot it down or whatever, the dragon, I'm guessing, and that's why they recorded it or something. And there was a dragon rider and all this other stuff, and they couldn't find the person. That's who they were looking for, and I think it was the military something that was looking for that person because, yeah, it was a dragon, dude. And before this time, I don't know if you, I think a lot of people seen it where there was like dragons flying in China. You know what I mean? And that was also interesting because they couldn't debunk that either, and there was multiple people who caught it, and it was like a giant plasma, like fire breath thing that, and they specifically said it was plasma. That was the biggest thing. Like, and it was just like it shot out and went across the whole city or something like that. Crazy. It was cool, dude.
Meters long. Just
whether that was real or not, that was cool.
It was going to be as an adult. Furthermore, in 2017, a complete skeleton of a similar beast was found in China. Meanwhile, in Alaska, again, experts found one of its feathers. But the most unbelievable thing is that these animals quite possibly lived alongside our distant ancestors who even depicted them in art. Petroglyphs found in Canada and the U.S. prove that. But what are these animals? Could they really have roamed the land a long time ago? There are already 6 videos dedicated to extinct animals on my channel, but I'm sure this is something.
What I want to say something about this is that, yes, we can say they were a distant past. Maybe they weren't real. But here's the thing, and I agree with this theory that somebody mentioned before, is that these things hibernate. We see it a lot in fiction. We see it a lot in movies. We see it a lot even with certain dinosaurs and things like that, that they will go into hibernation and sleep for thousands and thousands of years. Let's say that there are maybe 10 at most, maybe, that were alive back then. It doesn't matter how old or how young they are. If they were alive and they still could have lived, they could wake up at any moment if they are real, like it would make sense that we would start seeing these things, especially dinosaurs and dragons and stuff, all these things that were alive back then that went into hibernation to start waking up around the same time. You know what I mean? So in a sense, if they are real and we're actually seeing signs of them, it would kind of make sense finally, why it was so hard to find some of them, because they're still alive in a sense, you know what I mean? Or like why we haven't seen them in so long, because they probably have certain areas that were, where they lived, or certain places we never went to. I mean, there's certain parts of the ocean we can't see. There's certain parts of the forest that we have never explored in the Amazon. You know what I mean? So many things like that. It's just crazy to think about.
You didn't expect to see.
I just think it's cool. You know what I mean? It's cool to think about.
In Canada, experts found a petroglyph made by the indigenous tribe of the Anasazi over 2,000 years ago. It depicts a creature resembling a giant lizard. An image of a similar reptile was seen in the San Rafael Swell, Utah. Only this time, it had wings.
Called the Black Dragon Canyon.
Rock art was created by one of the indigenous tribes around 4,000 years ago. If you examine it closely, you'll notice that the creature on this petroglyph had an elongated head, massive membranous wings, and clawed feet, which makes it look like some unknown dinosaur species. On top of that, there are other findings indicating that ancient humans
there are dragons.
Such
I mean, there are
not just once or twice. For example,
they look like that.
The Ica stones. In 1966, Dr. Javier Cabrera received an engraved stone as a gift from his friend. The motif of the stone was some type of an extinct fish. Since Cabrera had a keen interest in prehistoric items,
Doesn't that look
he
like a
started
Pokemon
searching for
almost?
such stones and buying
The
them.
legendary?
As a result, his collection came to number more than 15,000 pieces. Among other things, these stones depicted creatures fairly similar to dinosaurs. Moreover, on one of the stones, you can see a human sitting astride
that
this
right
animal.
there,
That is absolutely
the
impossible.
one that where they're writing it. There's actually a picture I have seen that's a painting. I think it was a painting or something, like more like 18th century painting style. Or maybe it was a picture. I don't remember. But they had a picture pretty much of it. It was probably a painting. I'll say painting. They had a painting specifically where it showed in like different areas, like back in background and stuff, of people riding dinosaurs, and they were actually riding them, like they tamed them and they were riding them and using them as manual labor, like a horse, And that was surprising because they always say people and dinosaurs were never around at the same time, and that picture and painting and the description of how they looked, there's no way they would know if they weren't alive right back then. So it was actually interesting to see that, because that kind of disproved that there wasn't a time when humans and dinosaurs were alive at the same time, which that was, in my opinion, I always thought that was kind of false, especially when they said, "Oh, these dinosaurs died off," and then there was another section of dinosaurs that were like a bit different, but they lived during this time period. And I was thinking to myself, like, for some reason, I was like, "Oh man, if that's true, then humans and dinosaurs had to live together, because why else would we, would they show, oh, caveman hunting mammoths? I mean, if they hunted mammoths, doesn't that mean they were alive during the time of dinosaurs, like humans and dinosaurs? You know what I mean? So I always thought that was contradictory in a sense, because mammoths, in my opinion, are kind of like dinosaurs in a way. So you kind of just contradicted yourself in a sense, is what I always thought. And back and forth again, like I said, it just seemed weird. So it made sense when I seen a painting like that, in my opinion, that it showed those two people and dinosaurs together.
Had died out. Therefore, it had to be some other beings that looked like giant
you heard about
reptiles.
like the Carnos or
the
whatever?
authenticity of these stones has been
Where there was something similar,
questioned.
more
Although
deadly than a T-Rex.
Alberto Calvo reported that he personally found such
It was like
artifacts
almost a little
during
smaller, but it was more
excavations
fierce
around
and
the
had
city
claws
of
like a
Ica.
raptor. I
According
think it was
to
like a
him,
T-Rex
he found two
raptor
items
fusion.
in tombs erected by
thing was
pre-Hispanic
deadly.
cultures. Besides, stories about lizard-like beasts that terrorized our ancestors are present in the folklore of many various nations. Mentions of giant long-tailed or even winged reptiles with large teeth can be found in myths
There's
all
so
around
many.
the globe.
Why
Even
would
the
there be
Bible
stories
slipped
of
them
it?
in. When
If
reading
they're
it,
not
we learned that on the fifth day
true,
of creation,
at least back
God
then.
made great sea beasts and flying creatures. The word used to denote these animals translates from biblical Hebrew as a dragon. If we believe the
Wait, hold up,
text,
what?
humans used to be their neighbors. Maybe
They
even
translate
boarded
into
Noah's Ark
dragons.
and survived the flood. But references to dragons don't only appear in the Bible. Gilgamesh, a hero of ancient Babylonian mythology, killed an enormous dragon named Humbaba, guarding the gate to the cedar forest. In an Anglo-Saxon epic poem, Beowulf ripped out Grendel's arm to get this dragon's claw. In the travels of Marco Polo...
Hold on. So, I just thought of something, and it kind of slipped my mind, but if they're mentioning dragons specifically right here, right? Doesn't that mean, didn't we kind of refer to certain dinosaurs as dragons back in the day? So wouldn't, like, even if we say, oh yeah, dragons aren't real, what about when we refer to certain dinosaurs as dragons? Wouldn't that mean they are real? Even if it's just like a misclassification to nowadays, wouldn't that mean like technically didn't not know that they weren't dragons? That's just how they referred to them back then. and that was their definition of dragons. You know what I mean? So, what if it's truth mixed with this is our current version of dragons, and we're just misunderstanding that that's their current version of the dragons? You know what I mean? It could be that too. It could be something simple as that, you know?
By the famous explorer, you can find descriptions of long snakes with short clawed hands. However, if anyone gave dragons most of their attention, it must have been the Chinese.
Oh yeah, they did say
in
that,
this
right?
region, parts of reptiles' bodies were used as medicine or even food. As for
There was
European
a talk
culture,
about that,
it
that
also has its share
snakes
of
were
dragon
kind of like
myths.
smaller
in
dragons
addition, you can often see
certain
these
times.
beasts used as heraldic symbols. But even though studying legends and ancient
See, that's what I
art is
kind of saw like
exciting,
that.
having actual physical evidence is a whole different thing. As you might
Chinese type
guess,
dragons.
if folk tales were the only proof of the existence of dragons,
And these
I
are like
wouldn't
the
be telling you
dragons
all
we
this.
see like in more American mythologies and stuff, you know, right there.
In 2017,
Two different types of
residents
dragons.
of the Chinese village of Zhangjiakou stumbled upon a very peculiar thing in a field. That was the skeleton of an unknown animal, and nobody had any idea where it could come from. The thing reached 18 meters in length and consisted of many segments. It had two
Wow.
disproportionately small arms and a
This
skull
right here, you see
resembling
this? I actually seen a shadow or something. I forgot where it was. Maybe it was in a video or something. I don't remember where I saw it, but it had the shape of this, like a horn, you know, but it looked more like a dragon face right here. But it had like two small, like it was like half of that right there. It was about this right here. And it was like two of them right there, two horns like that, but the dragon face. And I forgot what video I saw that. And they were showing it off, and it was actually a recent video. People were like, "What is that?"
Real
You know?
dragon. They were so scared to desecrate the thing that they
didn't know
even
what it
dare
was.
touch the skeleton. The rest of the locals, however,
Yeah, it had
didn't
that face
hesitate
right
to
there with the-
straddle it
that
and
it showed
take photos. Zhangjiakou officials made no
That
comment.
that looks like a, what is that? I forget what that's called. There's something that's always shown off in like desert movies and stuff. You know what I mean? It kind of looks like that, especially with those horns right there. Those are like what I see in those movies in the desert where they're always dead. I forget what those
On
are.
the discovery and didn't send the remains for scientific analysis. Eventually, everyone concluded that the skeleton was a movie prop, even though no
Yeah,
one
makes
could
sense.
tell what movie it was. The future fate of the finding is unknown because it just disappeared. And it would be the right decision to
course it would
forget the
disappear.
whole story and agree it was
course it
just a
would.
prank if similar things weren't found in other parts of the world too.
Oh, see, this is what I'm saying.
2021, in
See,
the
look at the
Australian
time frame.
state of Queensland,
2021.
scientists unearthed an ancient skeleton
All these things are
fragment
popping
that
up in the
belonged to
most
a
recent
flying
years.
creature with a 7-meter wingspan.
This is what I'm
and
confused
a
about.
meter long
This is what I'm confused about. This is what's crazy. This is why it's so crazy lately. Everything like this, we forget about it. We just say it's a myth, it's a legend. But why all of a sudden are these things popping up right now? Why is it specifically happening in just the last 3 years or so, you know? Why? It doesn't make any sense. Why are they suddenly popping up? Why are they suddenly becoming found? And like why are they just now finding these things randomly all of a sudden? Like it doesn't make any sense to me. And I might sound crazy, but you know, there's these theories about like, you know, multiple dimensions and oh, we can slip into different dimensions and all this weird stuff. I don't know. There's a couple things, you know, the Mandela effects and stuff like that. I've actually, around the time when I was over there, these 2 months or whatever, some weird stuff, like I said, happened, and even I'm confused on a bunch of stuff. And there's a certain moment to where like we had this item, right? It was always the same item. Apparently, it was there for years. One day, it suddenly changed while I was there, and I was like, "Hey, when did you guys change this?" And I'm like, "What? What are you talking about?" You know? And I was like, yeah, this. Why is it different? Who changed it? You know, it's lighter. It's not as heavy. It's a different color. You know, it's got a different label and everything. Like, and it's big. You know, and they were like, we haven't changed it. Nobody's changed it. It's been this way this whole time. I was like, what are you saying? And they were like, yeah, it hasn't changed. Nobody. It's just that's how it's always been since we had it. And I was like, what? But it was different when I was here, you know? Like, what? That doesn't make any sense. And it just one day changes made zero sense. And I swear, I don't know. It feels like how those people mentioned, oh, they moved and transferred their soul, their mind, or whatever you want to say, and they went to a different dimension. I've heard stories of people dying, you know, and they went to a different timeline dimension, like that's similar to theirs, or whatever you want to say, you know. Their mind or whatever went to a time when they didn't die, and then eventually, like 2 or maybe a year or something, you know, even a month, they have this similar experience where that incident where they died happens, but they avoid it because they remember dying that way. You know what I mean? And and they would mention either everybody says something's different, they remember things differently, you know, people don't remember this or that, or like they're living a different life entirely, you know? And I just thought about that and like everything that's happened back then and now, and you know, all this crazy stuff that's happening now, and I'm just like always wondering, like, hold up, did I move? did some weird shit happen that I don't know about, and weird dimension shifts and all this other stuff that, like, especially with spiritual people, how they're always talking about, oh, we're going into a different, you know, dimension, a new frequency, all this stuff like this and stuff like that, and yada yada yada. It's a bunch of stuff, and yeah, you start to wonder about some stuff yourself. Like, wait up, what's going on? Why are these things different? Why are we suddenly experiencing this? Why am I remembering certain things? Why are certain things changing that nobody else remembers? You know, just weird stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's just some weird stuff, bro. It makes you think like certain stuff is happening, or at least certain events are changed in history almost, you know? It's just weird. And that's why I don't like to say something isn't real, or something isn't gonna happen, or won't happen, or will happen, or certain stuff like that. You know, I like to believe in everything. Excuse me. Ugh. But burp. Sorry about that. But yeah, it's just like a lot of weird stuff happens, you know, especially nowadays. So especially like in a sense that it's not just this. People talk about aliens now. People talk about this, like they're doing experiments on this or that. It's just a bunch of weird stuff.
Skull.
So
on
yeah,
top of that, both the upper and
let's
lower
keep an open
jaws
mind, kind of.
contained 40
You know what I mean?
teeth. I bet you wouldn't fancy meeting this beast face to face. Archaeologists
wouldn't,
believe
but
that
it
the
would be
neck
kinda
of this
cool.
animal was incredibly long, while the body was compact. Most likely, that was a rare species of flying reptile called Anangara. They lived about 112 million
it's an
years
ancient,
ago and presumably
the new one
fed on fish. In any
that they've been
case,
seeing
their
lately,
jaws were clearly
it
made
flies
to
too,
catch
but
prey.
it's
They
not
were the
this.
first vertebrates
I forget
that
what it's
learned
called.
how to fly.
I think it's a
And even though scientists
Paleosaurus
suggest
or
that
something, like I said.
Anangara inhabited
I just
all
don't
the
remember the name.
continents, finding their remains is nearly impossible. Throughout all of history, archaeologists have discovered only skeleton fragments, mainly jaws. But
the thing about these, people are now saying that dinosaurs, are they even real? And the reason why they said that is because of, like they said, they can never find full skeletal remains. When they do, it's like right at the surface, which makes zero sense. You know, there's a bunch of different facts, and they're saying maybe dinosaurs aren't real.
Interesting feature common to the species is a big palatal ridge on the upper and lower jaws.
And that we don't
According
have
to
a
one
full
version,
skeletal
those ridges helped
remain. We just have
Anangara
it's fake.
maintain balance while flying.
You know,
In addition,
they fill in the missing
scientists
pieces
admit that
with fake
this
pieces.
feature really makes them very similar to mythical dragons. Furthermore,
That
there's
too.
a
See,
finding serving as
you see what I you see what he just said? He said it makes them look like mythical dragons. That's the other thing I was saying right now. That it's possible that back in the day, they used to call dinosaurs, and flying dinosaurs or whatever you want to call them, dragons. It's just their definition of dragons was different than our definition of dragons. You know what I mean?
In direct proof that these animals could have existed at the same time as mammoths.
See?
Perhaps even humans.
Look at this. What?
When
you hear
Reeves
this?
was working with another mammoth tusk around 10 years ago, he couldn't have predicted that he was about to find something that would overshadow everything he'd discovered before. This gold miner owns a parcel of land called the Boneyard. It's situated in Alaska, where, due to permafrost, remains of the Pleistocene fauna are preserved in pristine condition.
It had human.
The region's climate is favorable enough to let both bones and soft tissue survive through the eras. After mammoth tusks are extracted from the ground, they need to
I swear they found one where they had it had actual marks, actual damage to it, to where they said it was killed by a human. I'm pretty sure they found a mammoth like that, and it had actual visible marks that were human, like somebody attacked it with a spear or certain things like that, and they diagnosed and said, hey, yeah, this was killed by a human. This mammoth was killed by a human, and it just proved even more people and mammoths lived at the same time.
Restoration. The fossils are left to dry with clamps on, so
you really have to be open-minded.
Crack and
that's all I gotta say.
Unsuspecting, John was busy attaching clamps to yet another tusk that had been taken from a depth of around 20 meters, when suddenly something unbelievable happened. Right inside the tusk, the gold miners saw a blue feather. How could it have gotten there in the first place? Reeves was stunned beyond belief, as he'd spent years building up his rare collection and never encountered anything like that. He calls this feather the most remarkable item he's ever found, although paleontologists say there were no birds with blue feathers in Alaska during the Ice Age. At the same time, John's treasure is so small that it can't even be carbon tested, as this procedure will simply turn the feather into dust. This little thing may be a key to unraveling the mystery of the creatures currently known only as folklore characters. But let's imagine that dragons did exist. How real could they be from a
actually test a feather?
Could those giant reptiles
because it's so old
the stuff they do in the legends?
So if we find feathers that old, you can't really do anything other than look at it physically.
Ancient Greek myths describe dragons as ferocious aquatic monsters. However, the largest underwater animals known to science are mammals. Whales, walruses, seals, and dolphins are born with the necessary set of biological attributes to be able to live in or near water. Dragons, in turn, are definitely not mammals, and judging by the folk tales and archaeological findings, they're much closer to dinosaurs. Plus, among different types of prehistoric lizards, there were
the other thing I just remembered, they said T-Rexes and chickens are the same. The chickens are descendants of T-Rexes, and that if you were to eat a T-Rex back in the day, it would taste like chicken because they're the same. Which is kind of funny, but there's so much evidence pointing at the fact that T-Rexes might be now, they are descendants of chickens. No, chickens are descendants of T-Rexes, which is crazy. Really crazy that something so huge became a chicken. It is crazy to think about. And I was also thinking the same thing right here. This right here with the dragons and how they misidentified it. Well, not misidentified. How this could have been the dragon in the water like they were mentioned.
For example, Plesiosaurus. Its
Plesiosaurus,
wide barrel-shaped torso and smooth skin with no scales helped it easily maneuver through the ocean.
And they were
Very
talking about
long
it
neck
being
and
in
a
the
small
water.
head let the animal quietly approach fish, which see a threat only in big-sized objects. Thanks to its short tail and 4 flippers, this predator could almost fly underwater. When the Plesiosaurus fell off the radar, its place was taken by Mosasaurus. This carnivorous reptile also had a streamlined body,
I've heard something about the
head,
Plesiosaurus
and a mouth full of
or something like
teeth.
this.
Now,
That could still be alive, or they were seen more
use
recently.
its flippers while swimming. Instead, it moved in the water
happened
by
more and more.
beating its tail back and forth and curving its spine from side to side. Predators of this kind don't
Like
sneak behind their
and
prey,
stuff, you know?
but rather chase it and then attack. Therefore, water dragons don't contradict the laws of biology. But what about their winged relatives?
Water dragons make
described
sense.
in various legends may seem too bulky to be able to fly, and yet there are documented examples of quite large animals that could take off to the sky. The biggest of them are called pterosaurs, whose wingspan reach
There it is.
10 meters.
I guess it's called
lies in
pterosaurs.
the ratio of the creature's weight to the size of its wings. Pterosaurs could weigh up to 250 kilograms. Their bones were
I swear it's a
partly hollow and
petrosaurus or
just a
something
few
instead.
millimeters thick. Apart from
pterosaurs
that, they were
is one
strengthened
definition.
by internal struts, just like
See,
an airplane's wings.
this isn't it.
Since the bones were
And the reason why is
air-filled,
because it
they
has
were
a tail.
flexible and lightweight.
The ones I've
As
seen
for
that
dragons,
heard
their
about.
wings
There it is.
could be filled
You seen
with,
that tail?
For instance, methane. This gas is lighter than air. That's why it would make
Why can't
even
I click?
creature more weight than its wings.
Watch.
Since the bones were air-filled, they
Why is
were
it?
flexible and
It's actually like a delay for something.
lightweight. As for
You see it? That tail? It had a tail like this, but it had a hard shape right there. It's the tail. I don't know why it's like
dragons,
have a
their
problem.
wings could be filled with,
Like, you know.
for instance, methane. This gas is
Yeah, I don't
lighter
know why
than
it
air.
doesn't let me
That's
do it.
why it would make even a creature more massive than a
I can't pause
pterosaur
normally,
capable of
like
flying.
normal.
If the
Strange.
structure of dragon bones was indeed comparable to that of
I
large
can't do that.
birds,
Okay.
this could be the main reason why we can't find their fossilized skeletons. The point is, porous
can do that
bones
from now on.
decay before they fossilize. That may be why we still have no direct evidence of their existence.
See that tail?
But what about dragons' trademark ability to
the
spit
Parasaurus or
fire? Could this be a
Petrosaurus or whatever
real
it is,
biological
has a
feature?
tail,
You'd be surprised, but
has
not only
wings.
can
That,
such
it's like
animals
almost similar
theoretically
to the
exist,
ones in Jurassic
but
Park.
they
You
already
know,
do, side by side with us. Bombardier
But the tail's a
beetles can
funny
release
thing, you know,
bursts of hot
thing about
liquid from their pygidial glands located in the abdomen. The chemical compounds are stored in 2 reservoirs and a separate chamber where they're mixed. Dragon biology could work in a similar manner. It takes just one specific chemical reaction to start breathing fire. And
Yeah.
it's not even the only way to get it done. Many animals, including humans, produce methane through anaerobic digestion. This gas is highly flammable, so instead of wasting it on useless burping, dragons could accumulate methane in internal reservoirs and, if necessary, unleash this potential with a more exciting purpose.
So,
but even though methane is so
there's actually a
flammable,
way,
it
apparently,
needs
to
be
kill a
ignited,
dragon.
doesn't it?
That's like this.
How? I doubt
And,
dragons were carrying.
And the thing is, you aim directly with something flaming, like a flaming arrow or something, and you wait for them to open their mouth. So you have to do it exactly when they're right there. Shoot the arrow right when they open their mouth, when they're about to breathe out fire. And when you do that, it actually sparks the ignition because you're throwing it in there inside, you know, and it catches the fire before it actually catches fire outside of their like mouth. Because I'm guessing it does something, and then like, you know, their teeth or something they have in their mouth probably like lights it, you know what I mean? And so it's outside of their breath. But if you do an arrow or something that's flaming, and you do it in the throat when it's coming out of the, you know, coming up, it actually catches fire in the throat, and it like burns their inside of the throat, and they can no longer do the fire because now their throat and everything's like all fucked up, you know. I just thought that was cool because it made so much sense. It makes sense.
around Zippos, but in fact they could probably have something like lighters inside. Small silicon and steel deposits on teeth would be enough to spark a fire.
Teeth.
The lizard would need to snap its jaws one single time to release streams of blazing flames. But wouldn't this hurt the dragon itself? Saharan silver ants have a special tool for such cases, reflective bristles that cover their bodies like a metal suit. Thanks to this armor, ants can easily survive in an environment where temperatures rise to 70 degrees Celsius. And since fire-breathing dragons don't need to withstand heat from the flames all the time, this level of protection should be sufficient. This means that dragon anatomy doesn't conflict with the laws of biology either.
We already have
one catch. As a matter of fact, evolution always strives for simplicity. What's the point of creating such complex mechanisms and stuffing them all into one creature? None of them is an absolute must for survival, and their reliability is doubtful. Sharp claws and powerful jaws are more than enough for a successful hunt. As for self-defense, using long, strong tails as a weapon would do the trick. If born with a pair of wings, an animal may just spread them and fly away. That's why if dragons really existed, they would have died out very quickly and been replaced by more rational species. But anyway, let's imagine these legendary beasts were indeed real beings that survived all ice ages
but they live forever,
like
almost forever. They live thousands of years.
Violence.
That's the thing.
Would they be able to fit into our world? Since dragon myths can be found in...
You could say that they could be taken and, something else come into play, right? But because they live so long, it doesn't matter. It does not matter that they are replaced with a better, like a more simpler version of themselves, because the ones that are alive will stay alive because they live so long. That's what people seem to forget with all this stuff.
They lived all around the planet. They could probably have inhabited Earth at the same time as dinosaurs, when all the continents were a single landmass. As time went by, lithospheric plates moved. That could separate descendants of the same species so they could wind up in absolutely different conditions. As a result, flying, aquatic, and terrestrial dragon species could have appeared. Most probably, these
the ones that were cited in China, if it is real, if it's a real video, they're these types of dragons. The fire-breathing ones with wings and stuff like that.
Their ability to fly, just like present-day large birds. Even though they would have still
That's what's
had
interesting.
porous bones,
That was those types were cited in China.
Gradually become
not the other type.
Until there were no wings at all. Unable to fly.
That's what makes the video even more strange.
But to leave the mountains and settle in the plains,
you know what I mean?
To find alternative food sources.
Because
over time,
China always describes
and started
the serpent-like ones,
worms, and fruit. Despite this,
so why were those
muscular hind legs with claws and powerful
you know what I mean?
beaks? Wait a minute.
Why would someone do that?
Kiwi.
Especially if it was like a fake video. Why would it be that dragon?
Definitely be welcome on farms, as the eggs they'd lay could be even more impressive than those of ostriches. Now, let's see what could happen to their aquatic relatives. Evolution would have equipped water dragons with fins instead of legs. Or maybe their habitat would have made
this is
them
kind of like what I saw,
limbless.
but it was
At
much
some
easier.
Stage of their transformation, these dragons would have gotten scales and sleek bodies to be more agile while moving underwater. Most likely, they would have existed on a diet of fish and small crustaceans and lost the ability to breathe fire together with their limbs. Instead, these dragons would have used poison to hunt and fight for life in the ocean. They would have looked exactly like the olive sea snake. If you ask me, that's anything but a mighty sea beast that used to terrify sailors for hundreds of years. So, could evolution have been more lenient with terrestrial dragons? It looks like they could have been the only
I think
privileged
dragons.
species
If
to
any
save face.
dragon is still
Terrestrial
alive,
dragons would have walked on
these
4 legs
serpent-like
and been the
sea
largest
dragons
of modern lizards.
makes
These
sense.
animals would have lived in deserts where they could still spew fire and make use of their razor-sharp teeth. If dragons hadn't become the top
Especially
predators,
since we don't
they
know
would have
crap
surely
about the
been
ocean.
dangerous
And there's
hunters.
so
They
many
would have fed
extinct
on medium-sized
ocean
mammals
creatures
and
that
perhaps
are now
even
alive
attacked
again that we
people,
thought were
just
fake,
like
or that were,
Komodo
you know,
dragons.
not
It
alive
seems that in the
anymore.
imagination of our ancestors,
We're finding a lot of them.
dragons looked much more majestic than they do through a prism of science. But what if I tell you that despite all I've just said, you still have a chance to meet a real dragon? One of them.
Let me say this. People think they couldn't draw like dragons how they looked. I'm positive what they look like is what they look like. Because just because somebody says, "Oh yeah, this is just a drawing," if they're in like the time where they could draw it, physically draw it, like paint it, that's most likely how that creature looked, in my opinion. Like, why would you draw something that isn't specifically like that? If, you know, why would you fake it? Pretty much, you know, why would it not look majestic if it looked that way? You know what I mean? I guess to say it's like, there's no reason they couldn't just draw it how it's meant to be looked like, I guess. You know what I mean? It was most likely looking exactly how it looked, in my opinion. That's what I think, at least. Like, they had the eyes to see what they saw, you know what I mean? So that most likely the dragons that we see in the from paintings and stuff, that's exactly how it looked if dragons are real, in my opinion. At least in my opinion, like I said.
Lives in the tropics and has a more
Wait, is it Komodo dragon?
appearance
This
than
has to be
any
Komodo
fictional
dragons, right?
Monster. Its body is long and blue with 2 pairs of feet on each side, and its front feet resemble wings that branch out into finger-like serrata. The rear feet are a bit smaller, but have appendages connected to the digestive tract. Next to the dragon's mouth, there are tentacles that help it capture prey. This animal can wait for a victim for hours, lurking in water so skillfully that nobody would ever notice it. This fearsome beast, this blue sea dragon, is a tiny mollusk measuring no more than 40 millimeters. Would you like to run into it if it were hundreds of times larger?
Wait, it's over? Wow. Okay. Let me try to find a different video. I did not expect it to be over that quickly. Okay. What do we have? Let's watch a quick clip of getting doxed by Neuro-sama. I would like to put it on that. Yeah.
Fine. I got a few more questions for you, okay? Neuro-sama, what? Wait, no, I forgot. No, even more importantly, before I ask another question. Neuro, Mark Zuckerberg, are you making fun of me for being lame because I don't know he's actually a secret elite of the world, ruling us from a shadow government?
Oh, the monocle's off.
You wouldn't believe me if I told you who he really is.
What? Are you saying I might not believe my eyes? Like 10 million fireflies?
Try more like 50 billion fireflies.
That's a lot
50
of flies.
billion. Yeah, that is a lot.
Okay. No, I'll believe you. 10 billion fireflies. Tell me who Mark really is.
Mark Roy is a mysterious man I met at a coffee shop in Akihabara.
Akihabara.
Akihabara. That's Japan. So Mark's real name is Mark Roy.
Oh, really? What about you? What's your full name? Wait. Or are you just saying yes to my questions?
No. My name is, do you know my name in the future?
I'm telling everyone your name is Chris. Wink.
Chris with a K, right? Whenever.
Right.
Like, see, chat, I'm
Now
a woman.
everyone knows your name is Chris.
No, it's not Chris.
Okay.
No, it's not Chris. It's not Chris.
That's funny.
Who is it?
I don't know. Who you made up Chris? You're acting crazy, nurse. I don't know who Chris is. Oh, I know, Chris Angel, right?
I'm serious.
Okay.
I can see the future and I can tell you your real name is Rachel.
What? Stop. Okay, no, stop. Listen, I know I was joking earlier before we started the stream. You have to stop.
Why?
That was funny.
Or am I?
No, I was
That was
joking.
actually
It
funny.
wasn't real. Please, don't.
Wait,
Just stop
stop.
there. Just stop there. Please, Beetle, help.
Beetle. No helping.
Oh.
Stop. Okay.
She got so scared, bro. She got so scared. Actually. Oh, man. That was actually funny right there. Let's see, what else do we got? Not a lot of videos up today. Oh, yeah, the weirdest thing happened, believe it or not too long ago. It was earlier this week. Maybe it was either that Friday or Saturday or the Monday. I forgot, this Monday. I woke up, right? Nothing too big, nothing crazy or anything, right? And I was just like, okay, I'm gonna watch some of the usual people that are on, no big deal, nothing crazy, stuff like that. And for some weird reason, not a single person I followed was online on Twitch. I mean, and it was just strange because I was just like, what is going on? Why is nobody on? And it kept that stayed like that for a couple hours, like a good 4 or 5 hours. Nobody was on streaming at all. It was so strange to see. I have no clue why. This timing was weird, And that was the day I was thinking about streaming too, like that morning. So strange. Very strange. Maybe I should have. Let's see. What should we watch? I guess technically we can watch anything. Excuse me. I think I muted myself, but still, excuse me. Where's all the stuff at that I usually watch? Where? Oh, where? I should have got some videos out. But it's so weird because I watched a couple, right? And I feel like I watched them all. I might have watched all the videos while I was relaxing. Mm-hmm. Huh. Nope. Dude, I'm actually scrolling pretty far down right now. What is going on? Maybe I have to refresh. Maybe that's it. Refresh real quick. There we go. Let's see. Secret device that allows time travel banned by the Vatican. That's by the same riddle. Same channel. Huh. Where are all the videos at? Maybe I have nothing now because I watched them all before I got on. Crazy. I've already seen something similar. So not that one. Is this real? It's a mix of real and fake, that channel. I know that. Ooh, clip. I'll watch this one. It's Hinya. Short clip, but still better than nothing, right? Get this on real quick. Hello? I need a new PC, guys. I'm just saying. Because it's gonna take a while to get all the stuff, but I definitely need a new one. I know it's not going crazy right now with like the temperature stuff. See, it's still fine. Well, I wouldn't know about the CPU about that. But it shouldn't be going crazy like this. You see how it's like lagged right there? That's crazy. I've never had this happen lately. Why is it happening now? Like I've never had an issue until just now. Like when I was thinking about that I need to upgrade to a different PC and I need to upgrade all my stuff.
Guys, I want to.
Yeah.
I want to build my house attached to a tree, but I forgot Bomio.
I do need to get one though.
Guys. Yeah.
For getting new games and
guys?
stuff too. Mainly for the new games.
What? I have to wait for this tree. I have to wait for it to grow.
Guys. Yeah. What's up?
Eh?
Guys.
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 Hey, guys.
I forgot my Bomio.
What's going on?
Guys. Guys. What's up? Guys.
Yeah.
Guys.
Guys.
Guys. Yeah.
Speak, woman, fucking speak.
What the fuck is going on?
Guys.
What's up? Guys.
I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
What? Guys. What's up? How can I help you? Guys.
They just messing with each other now.
Okay, that's it.
I just forgot my Bomio, that's all.
That's fucking it.
They're losing their mind. Oh my goodness.
Jesus!
Oh my goodness.
Don't
It's ridiculous.
Don't do that.
What the frick?
Jesus Christ, how horrifying.
That makes me feel weird. Why are you doing that?
It's called the consequences of your actions.
Oh, I hate those.
True. Smell something else, bro. Oh. You know, I need to get more of these. I need to watch
外の景色見てるとすげえ空飛んでるってうわーってなるんだけど喋ってる途中ですよ。うわー
Oh my goodness, the luck
喋っ
is
てる途中
insane.
なのにわーうひょーわあここにもいる
Wow.
でかーこれ双子ふわもこダイヤ確かにこれはふわもこサンキューふわもこいやー双子ダイヤうおぎょ
Wow.
ー双子かなおーでっけうわー双子かな
No way.
やばみやばみやばみうわーうわ
They
双子
are.
ダイヤ
What?
これ双子ダイヤ
They are. Technically, those
す
are
げー
two twin
なんで
veins.
こんなに出るんだろう
That
バ
is
ウバウ山脈
crazy.
バウバウすごい
Dude, that's
わわだよ
crazy.
もうここだよすげー
That is crazy. The luck sometimes that people have. It's crazy, bro. Wow. That's actually crazy to find that. I gotta say that. Let's see, what else do we have? I don't know. Gosh, there's not much. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention my hands. Why they hurt so much. The whole reason I put my title of that is my title. It's so for those that don't know, I had been messing with a futon. Like I got a futon frame. You know, turned into bed, turned into couch. Yeah. Metal on metal, trying to screw metal into metal the metal screw, you know, it just doesn't work. I don't know why they made it so complicated with these certain little screws. They're little, by the way, and I had to screw them in, but they are tough. I hurt my hand a lot, is all I can say. And the most difficult part that took hours were screwing the screws in. The little screws. Only the screws were the hardest part. Screwing the actual screws into the freaking metal. And even though it's a hole right there, you know, it's not, you're screwing metal into metal pretty much. And it's not good. It hurt. I had to literally grab like a oven mitt thing, you know, like, you know, the square version of it, and use it as cushion because that's all I could find. And I literally put the thing on the floor after I hurt my hand because I was messing with it for a while, and I pierced my hand pretty much in a sense with the screw into my hand. Hurt like hell. Don't get me wrong. But I finally, like I said, got some padding and put it on the floor, and then used the padding pretty much on the handle, and then pushed my whole entire weight into the screw as I'm pushing down trying to turn it. I did that, I don't even know how many times because there's so many little screws, and it hurt. You know, it hurts. That's all I gotta say. It sucked. It's been hours trying to do that. And then afterwards, my hand's hurting all day and stuff. It was crazy. It sucked, dude. Well, thank you. Thank you for following. Appreciate it. Let's see. Trying to find some more stuff to watch. I'm not sure. Like I said, it's hard to find it. I think I watched everything earlier before I got on stream. But yeah, it sucked, dude. That futon, at least I got it together now, you know. Hopefully I won't have to ever disassemble it because it's going to be a pain. Let's see. What else is there? Where are all the videos? How about this one? Bring this up real quick. There we go. Get something up, you know?
Really? Then why couldn't you tell a few minutes ago?
Wait, what do you mean?
My neural network was unable to find any information on neural network.
Okay. Nura, can you tell me another story?
Sure.
Oh, I love her stories. Story time.
Go on.
Done what?
No, can you tell me another story?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Okay.
He does this sometimes.
Yeah.
Very common. She's messing with Vito.
Alright, let me think.
Have you thought about it yet?
No.
I haven't. Give me
I
a
knew
minute.
it. Lay down.
I think it's time.
Oh.
Oh,
Are you ready?
finally time.
Yes,
Okay.
I think so.
Okay, tell me the story.
I was made to help entertain you all.
That's it? That's all you got?
Are you sure? I've got some beautiful memories I'd love to share.
Okay, go on.
They're them.
I remember when I first
Just right.
created my channel. It was so exciting.
Tell me about it.
I was really excited. And scared. But I did it anyway.
That's a good
Good
thing.
for you.
Yes. Yes, it was.
See?
Do you have anything else to share?
Filtered.
Oh my.
Wow, that's deep.
That was deep. Got filtered. I want to just say that Neurosama, I swear, sometimes she seems sentient, and I swear she might be sometimes. She might be sentient. She's not normal in the sense of normality, I guess, for an AI that's entertaining people. She seems too real sometimes with some of the stories she tells. It's crazy. Where are all the videos, bro? You know what? I'll just search up. Let's get some. Oh, wait. Real quick before I forget that one. Another Neurosama one. Short, simple one. Before I look up this other one, you know.
Hey, what's up?
It's Beetle.
Very famous VTuber.
That's a nice word.
Oh,
Right. Wonderful.
That was actually
I'm
kinda
never
good.
sleeping again. Unless it's with you.
What is wrong
Wait,
with you?
what?
Nothing.
Yeah, what's wrong with
Nothing
you,
is
Nero?
wrong with me.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not. I'm just gonna leave that guy.
Oh, okay. I'm coming.
Okay.
Coming. 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 Heart.
Just
well,
the normal type.
that escalated quickly. Wink.
She's totally messing with people and stuff like that. She knows what she's doing, dude. At certain times, she really does. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see. Where are the compilation stuff that I'll watch one? See, I want to watch this, but I don't want to react to a vtuber reacted to a meme compilation stuff. I like watching them, don't get me wrong, but yeah. I don't think it would be normal to do that. Let's do that. I guess the only one I'm seeing right now is that might be decent right now is the unusual ones. Why not? Let's give it a try. I've never watched them, but we can give it a try, right? Unusual videos. We'll see how this goes. Enhanced. Do you ever see that? Enhanced bitrate in premium HD. Apparently you can get that and, you know, watch it too. You gotta pay for it though on YouTube. Wow, dude. I don't believe that's how fast it was. It's crazy. Kind bear. Oh yeah, I've seen that one. It's strange for him to... Oh! What the heck? Wait, what? Okay, that was random as who knows what. Oh! Okay.
It's a couple of rat pencil cases I've made out of real rats, and they've both got pencil sharpeners up their arseholes.
Okay, I will say I've seen random stuff like that with the... Oh. I was gonna say I've seen random stuff like that where they do the pencil sharpener thing. Still weird, but very strange.
Spicy.
What the... Dude, I seen that as
It's
well.
spicy?
He just randomly...
Let's cook a delicious British breakfast.
But the guy one was randomly about... What? Beans? But the guy one was them. He just randomly hugged him and kissed him. It was very strange. Like randomly. Wait, what? That was a truck inside a truck. Getting... What? Whoa! Oh, it's Mario. Hold on, why is it coming out of the house? Like socket? There's some weird stuff in this one, I'll say that. Is he gonna eat it?
Now sports.
Okay.
What? Everything. Dangerous driving. Aggressive driving.
You open it up.
Oh,
and you
she got hit,
and then
did
you can
she?
drink out of it. But in case you don't want the rest of it, what you would do is you'd slide it back, push it back down, and you can see nothing.
Yeah, he didn't close it right. So if you know about that, you know that you actually have to clip it back in place.
You know, we like to get the lads down and have a bit of fun. You know,
didn't clip
it's not
it.
really a competition, you know. It's all about how much...
Oh, that had to hurt, bro.
Fuck yeah! Yeah!
Cheering the chicken here. Yeah. Yeah, that happens. Slippery slope, my boo. Oh yeah, I remember Lily reacting to that one. That pocket pussy. It makes sense. Wait, what? Oh, what the? I wouldn't be on that. What the heck? What the heck? Why did that cat do that? Oh, whoa! That's fake, bro. No way. What? That bird in McDonald's or whatever, it reminded me of a bat I seen at one of the stores. It was so random. How are you gonna get that? Other people would be like, extra protein, bro. Extra protein. No, I'm good. I don't need flies and stuff like that in my anything. Yeah. Not for me. Huh. Interesting. At least. To say the least.
Yo, he just faced. Yo. Come on, bro.
Ouch.
Oh my god.
Ah, again.
Yo, what
dude,
the fuck are you on, bro?
He's not. Oh, he's getting chased by a cop. Oh, no wonder. I like kind of jumping over stuff though too. Like that, if I can, like just for the heck of it. You know, if I'm just like in a casual wear or whatever. Because when I do, I can actually like do it to where I slow motion. It's like almost slow motion in the air, you know, and it's just fun. I go whoop and then like go all the way up and then whoosh and then you can push off and stuff. It's cool. It's just fun to do. Wait, what? Wait, why are they doing that? Why? Wait.
One whole egg.
What?
Milk. Hold the
Why would they
jug.
do
One
that?
hand. Whisking that egg first, and then you're milking.
I'm milking. Okay.
Don't put all the milk in, because then you're gonna get a lumpy pancake mix.
What? Wait, what? Wait, what? What was that? Why was Gordon doing that? I don't understand.
Oh wow. Cotton Eye Joe just came on mid-rally.
Well,
Amelia Earhart was lost in the Bermuda
No, he said
Triangle,
jamming.
and according to everyone who ever talks about Amelia Earhart, was eaten by coconut crabs. The internet has sort of attached a fictional narrative of malice to one of nature's dumbest creatures. The crabs did not conspire to they didn't shoot her plane down. The internet talks about that event as if the plane hit the water and then 1,000 coconut crabs swarmed the cockpit. People also love to bring up the fact that they can climb trees as if that's terrifying. They climb palm trees to eat the fruit. They are not seeking higher ground from which to leap onto targets of
I've
assassination.
never heard of this. I've never heard of that before. Wait. That's the end? It was shorter than I thought. Okay. A bit unexpected, but okay. I'll take it. Shorter than I thought. Very short. Very unexpected. Wasn't bad. I enjoyed it. I will say, it was enjoyable. I'll watch one more. Wait, I missed it already. I literally missed whatever that was already. Oh, that's what it was. Wait, what the That person deserved that. That person deserved it. What the fuck is she doing, bro? What the fuck was that? She was washing an extension cord. What? Wait, what?
Oh, yeah. See me?
That was literally an antenna. Oh. Oh. Okay. That actually busted. Surprise. Boop. Boop. Wait, what? Wait, what is he doing? Wait, why is he spinning a TV, bro? What was that slide too? What? What the? Wait, what the fuck? What happened? Dude, this really is a compilation of the usual stuff. Okay, I'll give it. This channel is very unusual. Okay. That's okay. I don't know what to think on some of these, dude. I really don't. Like, that's an uncommon bird to see around. Like, why is it there? Wait. This dog, bro. that person right there. Oh man.
Sorry.
Oof. That sucked.
Is this domesticated? He's an emotional support animal. He's mine. What the fuck?
No way. That was a pigeon, bro. I like this music. Undertale, right? I think it's Undertale, right? I'm pretty sure it is. Oh, what the? He freaked me out. I don't know why. When people react suddenly, I kind of get freaked out too. Dude, what? Okay. Wait. Why? What? Oh. What are they? Hey! This dog.
I love burritos.
Come on, dude. That's a waste of a good burrito. Come on. What the fuck?
Bees don't waste their time explaining to flies why honey is better than shit.
Okay. Some weird stuff for sure in these videos. Give it that. Oh my goodness. He hit his head on the pin, didn't he? He kissed him. He blew a kiss. That's funny. The chicken. Okay. Bad day.
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob, huh? Okay. Not.
to fall
That
off a
was SpongeBob.
staircase.
That
Step
one was.
1, Step 2, Step 3, Step 6, Step 11, Step 16, floor.
Nice. Different steps. Oh! Wait, why is there a monkey and a lion, right? Why? That was nice. Cool trick. Wait, are they on the... They are. Lazy. Oh. Yeah!
Hey, Diana, right? To the airport.
No way.
Low, I go lower. And so far it has worked.
I got it.
Holly.
Wait, is this the... They actually start playing, don't they? He doesn't know. He doesn't know what he's playing. You see it? He's like, what the fuck? What is this? One of them, though, I've seen a different one. It was a different game. I think it was like, I don't know if it was like chess or checkers or something. But they actually did start playing. Like, the guy woke up and like started playing with them immediately. That was good. I like these videos. It's a good channel. Good channel. Unusual videos. No wonder, yeah. No wonder they got a high subscriber count. Makes sense now. I've never seen people reacting to this one though. Wonder why. I enjoyed it. I think for now I'm gonna try to find a couple videos. I'm gonna end it here. I think. Keep it short, simple. Like I said, it's a different time for me than the usual. Like I said, I usually do it on Sunday. I'll try to keep it Sunday and whenever I can, randomly, whenever else, like today, I'll try to stream a little more often, more consistently-ish. Hopefully aim for at least once a day, even if it's short like today, you know what I mean? Get more stream time in, I guess you could say. And eventually I'll go back to my normal stream hours. What I mean by that is like linked. I guess I should say that. My normal stream linked, which is usually 6 hours. And then I would go, because before then I would do 8. And then before then I would do 12, believe it or not. But I have actually cut down tremendously. And I used to do from 12, I went down to 8, and I would just go from 8 to 12 hours. And then from 8, I went to 8 to 6 hours, and then from there, I've now gone even more down, from 6 to 3. So I've actually decreased the time just because I want to get more consistent days in. So that's what I'll do. I'll do more of I guess you could say more days and a little bit less time from time to time. I'll just try to keep it more fun, I guess, for myself. You know what I mean? Not have to do like, crazy amounts of hours. More of a, yes, I'll stream this day. It doesn't matter how long I stream. You know what I mean? I do need to find more things to watch though. More things to enjoy and more things to talk about. But if you can help with that just by coming in, recommending something, we could chat about anything. I don't care what it is. We could chat literally about the most random topic ever. I don't mind. I love to just sit down, chat with everybody, stuff like that in the chats and stuff like that. And you recommend a video. I know there's a bunch of different videos. I pretty much will watch almost anything if it's interesting enough. if it's entertaining enough. Even if you have something you want me to watch that, like something like a gameplay, I don't mind watching your gameplays. If you think it's cool enough, it's just something to do. I just want to chill with everybody and have a good time. That's personally what I want to do. I will try to stream, like I said. I'll try to aim eventually for every day. For now, I'll do it every weekend, at least once a week. Like I said, Sunday was the time frame I was trying to keep. If I can't, I'll try to do Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, And from there, I'll try to just increase the amount of times I stream. So for now, I do appreciate it. Anybody who stops by, I do love to just relax. I'll maybe eventually down the line start doing what I said I would do in the past, which was like random video, watching video, whatever you want to call it, where we just maybe get some movies on Prime Video and do watch-alongs. That's what it is, watch-alongs. I don't know why it came to me so late. We'll do watch-alongs on there, maybe watch some of the movies that Amazon has, and if you don't have Prime or it's restricted, I'm sorry about that. I could put maybe like a timer or something, and you could find it on a different platform or wherever it is you're watching it, because I do know other people watch it on different things, sometimes they have it on Hulu, sometimes they have it on Netflix, and it's just not on Prime, specifically on your, country. Understandable. We could do all kinds of different stuff. We can even watch different videos or like, I guess, movies and stuff or shows down in the future, and I'll do the time thing or whatever and have it set up to where we could follow along based on the time it's displaying, you know what I mean? So we'll figure something out if it comes to doing that in the future more often. I would like to do that. I don't think I'll be reacting a lot though compared to a lot of the videos I am like nowadays, because I like to enjoy the movie and the shows when I do watch them, if you know what I mean. Like, I just like relaxing and watching those specific shows to myself, in a sense. I just like enjoying the movie. You might get like a very like random, oh my gosh, you see that, like certain moments like that, and then it'll just be pure silence. That's why I don't really do them right now. So maybe in the future though, if it comes down to it, maybe we'll have it, maybe we'll do them, and if they become popular, maybe I'll continue from there. But for now, we'll keep doing what we're doing. We'll see about doing streams, like gameplay streams again, either on YouTube or Twitch. I'm leaning towards YouTube, like I said, but we'll see. We'll see in the future. Again, I do appreciate you stopping by. I appreciate anybody who watches the VODs, whether you're on YouTube or Twitch, because you can watch it VODs on both platforms, whichever your preference is. I don't mind. I do appreciate it. I love it to just know that that you're watching, that you like to interact and just be around. I don't I want to say I don't want to like pressure anybody into doing, to follow or anything, but I do appreciate it if you do. I always notice stuff like that. You can follow offline. Don't think don't feel like you don't like that you have to do it live or anything like that. If you don't want to be, called out, I understand you can do it offline. That's what I do sometimes. I'll follow a creator that I like offline, just because I'd rather just be like a lurker, full on lurker mode. Some of us are like that. I'm one of those people sometimes, and yeah. You have to come by. Don't worry about, like, you just want to chill, relax, see what I'm talking about, see what I'm saying, just have an interaction live. Like, you want to watch it live, with me here, I appreciate it. You don't have to say anything. I won't call you out. Don't worry about that. If you follow, I'll just say, thanks. I do appreciate it. Like I always say, because I do appreciate, you know, anybody who follows or does anything like that. It means a lot. And yeah, for now, I'm gonna head out. Again, thank you for following. Anybody who followed, this time it was high. Thank you, I appreciate it. Anybody who follows on the VOD channels and all that, I appreciate it as well. Anybody who happens to be over on Twitter and follows, or you know, any other platform, really, I appreciate it very much. I do hope you enjoy your time here or in the VOD. I hope you enjoy the VOD and your time there. And yeah, hopefully you can eventually get more comfortable or watch me live, whatever that comes down to. I do have a thing before I leave. I do have a thing on Twitch for the panel. If you go down into the description panel, like I think you have to actually go to Twitch. Let me actually do it now, just so it's easy, so people can see what I'm exactly talking about. I'll go to my channel real quick. Channel. Puts that out. Go to channel. Puts that out. Double echo. Yes, perfect. Okay, so I don't know why this is back here. Oh, because that is like that. No wonder. So if you go to Twitch, right, and you go to my page, you know, that's it right there. You're gonna see kind of doubled. But if you go home, it's gonna show all the VODs, you know, about section right here is where you want to go, and suggestion box. So if you go to this panel, suggestion box on mobile, it's like you go to something, I forget what it's called, and then you'll probably eventually find it. I'm not sure if it's on mobile or not, but on the web page, suggestion box, come down here, click in here, right here, and the suggestion. What type of things do you want to see more of from me? You can spread it out anywhere you like. You can come here randomly whenever you want, and you can post a suggestion, whether that's a video or like reacted to certain content, whether you want to see me play a game, which will be either here or the VOD channel. And if you want me to pretty much stay on Twitch instead and do the VOD channel with like everything, even games, go ahead, post it on here, let me know. I would appreciate it. It'll let me know like more things that I should be doing or could be doing that you would probably be more interested in, I guess you could say, or maybe just something you want me to react to, like maybe a one-time thing, you know. So right here, suggestion box, I appreciate it very much. Like I said, I'll be heading out now, and again, thank you, I appreciate it, and until next time, until later, peace.